I apologize. Martin split from Google. He was asked, does Google search algorithm use UX such as dwell time, time on page, etc. as a ranking factor? If so, how can Google get the data? Does it use Google Analytics or something else? Martin responded, we're not using such metrics. So again, just the other day in the public lab group, I was debating this with people, and like people's idea of how this stuff works is like people are just making shit up at this point to like go along with their idea of what they think should work. And they told me that it was over the traffic to the links conversation. Yeah, I was like glad we cleared that up, and I was told I was still wrong. They're going to look at sites that are ranking, and I said, okay, so if a site's ranking, like, is that a thing they potentially look at? I said, I could be convinced of that theory if I thought about it more. And the more I thought about it, I actually don't like it. I don't agree with it. I don't like it at all. Yeah, I don't like it at all. But they said like that would be the thing they're looking at is because it's getting traffic, because it's ranking. And then when you look at it, it's like Google just keeps telling you they're not looking at stuff like that. We've done an immense amount of testing on dwell time, on engagement with the site, and like there's still people that swear by it, and like I've literally watched one of the original people who started talking about that publicly test for the past handful of years. I mean it might have been 5 years and watching him test now. Oh wow. And like I'm not sold. I'm not sold either. It's been a big for GMB it was working okay. It is now not working for a lot of people because oh man, I don't know how much I should even talk about this. They're not recognizing or giving a lot of quality to cloaked desktop engagement. Oh, they're just Google knows they're not actual people engaging at the business or. Well, that's a lot of it. That's a lot. Most people are just completely not unaware of how Google identifies real and fake traffic. They're good at that. Yeah, that's not a question. So like, there's the stuff like the guy that was testing the map stuff. He's a really good engineer, really intelligent guy. Like he was actually one of the guys that was just ripped off by a bunch of the dirty ass GMB people in the industry. And you remember I was complaining about that in the comments. I don't want to get into that. I'm very passionate about that. Because like the SEO industry would do that to a guy like that. Oh, yeah. We don't even deserve that guy in this industry. He's like a savant. Like he's seriously like that guy's so talented. He could be solving huge world issues with his abilities and his intelligence, and he's here like destroying Google at will, and people are like burning him on cash and like just doing dumb stuff. But like he's the one that he completely like he's been building engagement and dwell time and user experience infrastructure for years, and he's gamed it to an extent. Like he figured out what does work and what doesn't, and he completely scrapped it. He's like, it doesn't work anymore. And he's like, I do know what works, but this is for GMB, not organic. Yeah, exactly. Like organic, like the whole traffic and stuff. Like guys are just making stuff up, and they don't have any type of impressive data set or any type of legitimate testing at all to back up any of their ideas. And it's like, I don't know how many times. Like I know Google is Google, and they don't want to give you the keys to the kingdom, right? They don't want to tell you exactly how to do everything. Mm-hmm. But like at the same time, how many times these guys have to tell you, like, hey, you're going in the wrong direction? It's like playing hot and cold. You're getting colder. You're getting colder. Like, how long do you have to play that game with these guys before you just maybe I'll just not do this? Yeah, maybe I will fight it. Man, I get upset. I just see so much bad information spread based on shit like this. It's constant. Go build some links and content, you fools. Not you guys, fools, but some of these gurus, man. They talk too much shit. They don't do enough SEO to have any case study content or something. I don't know, but it's constant dumb stuff they say and things they make up, and they're little groups, and they just run with it. Well, even like we were saying with the backlink stuff, like the amount of data and how much data they actually have access to from the internet and user experiences. Well, I mean, they have Chrome and analytics, and they could probably gather some additional data, but to implement that into an algorithm that's going to affect trillions of sites that they don't even have all the data from, you know what I mean? Yeah, we talked about Chrome only having 50-some% of the share.
Mm-hmm.
Like Google employs the smartest people on the planet. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna work with partial data sets and apply broad things.
Well, I mean, what that means is if you don't use analytics and people are finding your site through Firefox, then you wouldn't rank. Because Google wouldn't know that you have any traffic.
It would negatively affect your scores.
Exactly. So, I mean,
your Google scores.
That's why it's difficult for me to subscribe to those.
I didn't mean to get long-winded there. I apologize. I just get it seems like once a week now, Google continues to kind of help us out here, and
help us make our argument.
And I'm always a little skeptical, right, of things that the talking heads at Google said, but holy moly,
there's some things that just almost make sense before they even say it. That it's hard to just
Like as Snoop Dogg always says, holy moly, guys, gee willikers, this is ridiculous. This is redonkulous. You want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, I mean,
I think Mark was right. This guy thing.
So, I mean, I believe that as well. Organically, that they want to be able to look at those metrics. Just, one, I'm not sure about pogo sticking. I could see maybe they look at that, but actually like dwell time and moving through pages, I just don't see that would require analytics, and there's only a small percent of the internet that has analytics installed that Google can access that data from. They're not omnipotent, right? They have to be able to see the movement to be able to evaluate that or to use it, and they can't.
Yeah.
Other than that, possibly pogo sticking if they're from the search and then they go right back to a different search result. I could see that. But once they're on site and they're actually in there moving around, slithering from page to page, if you will,
or if you won't.
I like to slither around the internet.
But that's all I have there.
No, I agree. I don't think they're gonna make heavily weighted, impactful decisions with impartial data sets.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like something that the smartest engineers on the planet would do.
Got a small piece of data. Build our algorithm on it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, guys. Come on.